Describe a bit of what it's going to be,
Okay,
Christoph.
Over the River project is the project will happen in the summer, and suspending way above the water about 40 miles of Arkansas River. We suspend about 6 miles of fabric panels at many locations. You can experience the project by driving on Highway 50 from above. It will be like a fabric suspended way above water, where they surf on the ocean, fabric moving on the wind. And from the above, you cannot see the river. But when you're rafting, and Arkansas River is the most rafted river in the United States, it takes about 5 hours to raft inside the project. Through the fabric, you can see the cloud formation and contour of the mountains.
What does the fabric consist of, and have you used it before?
Fabric is very heavy woven polypropylene, very specially woven polypropylene. In the width of the fabric panel, change with the width of the water of the river. Sometimes it's the 45 feet wide, sometimes they're 120 feet wide, but they attach to steel cables, much going and far away, anchor, and the banks of the river. And of course, the banks of the river, they're not the same height. The fabric is inclined sometimes. The project starts at 5,800 feet altitude, an eastern entrance of the project, and the western entrance of the project in 7,000 feet altitude. And of course, it traveled to this valley, the town, in this 40 miles of the valley of the river, the bridges and town, the school and factory, everyday life. The south bank of the river is US 50, the north bank of the river is Union Pacific Railroad tracks.
You must have had a tremendous job having to do all that stuff, you know, the organization that Jean-Claude used to do, getting the permissions and all that damn stuff, you know?
First, we have a great assistant, Jean-Claude.
Right.
Great assistant. Adam is one of them. But also, you know, all this project is done not by us here. It is done by the project director, Junita Davenport, by the chief engineer, Viz Davenport, the very great group of lawyers, Steve Coffin, Laurie Potter, Scott Hodges, who, without many people together, we can do that, get the permission and do that project.
Right. I think I'm just about out of tape. Just time for, I have 1 minute left. Is there anything you want to say in 1 minute?
To give you, I give planning report.
Oh, right. These are the applications.
To the federal government. Now,
how much do you think this whole thing weighs?
The federal government go through that application, $1.5 million cost us to prepare that application.
Right, really?
Now, the federal government review that application, and they write more things, more things, and that will be released. And,
so there'll be a lot of overlapping administrations have to be dealt with, right?
What? Laughing?
Overlapping administrations, you know, county and federal.
They need to discuss everything, John, from the wildlife to the traffic to the garbage to the security to all these things. You know, it's a very complex
I can imagine.
construction project, and involve a huge amount of controversy and argument. And
outside the Port Authority bus terminal, 42nd Street and 8th Avenue. New architecture since I was here last. Although that was built 5 years ago, I was here.
Never be without one. Do you have any?
Thank you.
I know it's a little hard, but now that I live and work here,
You funny little dog.
I don't have Albert around threatening to. Albert said if I got a dog, he would hug it to death.
If you
Squeeze
got
it
a
to
dog,
death
he
or
would have been
something.
allergic to it. the shops.
Oh yeah,
I
I hate
hate
the
the
subway. What's the stairs, and then it's hot when you wait.
I
Let me
had
take you
someone
on
get
it.
home.
Did you get all these flowers for something special, or?
My birthday was Saturday.
I
Oh my
didn't know
gosh,
that.
happy birthday, many more. Many more.
Wow.
I meant to get you flowers, actually.
It's okay. My next door neighbor got me these.
This is a funny reunion because Janet, the tall one, and I've been known for 40 something years, and Amber, the smaller one with the white hair, who was my ex-wife and who I was married to for 10 years, we all shared a very, very tiny little house in Greece below the Plaka back in the 60s. Oh, really tiny. It's so funny, and so here we are, ex-roommates, and we're meeting 40 something years later. I have a feeling that Janet might not have even seen Amber in the meantime. I'm not sure. They both live in New York, and of course I don't.
If anybody criticized her, they just.
I do you through the flowers every now and then because it's kind of nice, you know.
You're gonna have to get a release.